Shoo. So these days, people spending hours on their phone absorbing brainwashed content instead of doing something really productive. So instead of telling people to put their phones down or like limiting their screen time access, we decided to cope with it and turn learning a new language into something really interesting. So let us introduce WIWI. So basically, WIWI is an interactive language learning app that combines real-life features AI-adjusted lesson plan and gamified activities are designed to keep learners engaged, so users can learn through games, s- some proficiency tests while earning like seasonal physical medals to track motivation, and that will make the process become more visible. So with a range of price for individual, family, and classroom, we stand out from different platforms like Duolingo or Berkeley because it's into human guidance and also some AI adjusted plan. So based on the earlier feedback that we have already received in the midterm, this version of WiWi now really more focused on motivation, engagement, and long-term learning for both adults and teens. So what's the meaning behind the name WiWi? WiWi, named for Wang's in wisdom and insight. The name WiWi reflects our core belief that learning a new language is not just about memorizing the word, but it's about engage some new information, also perspective. Our logo is inspired by chameleon, which symbolizes adaptability, the ability to adapt to new different methods of learning, also pace and different goals from different people. The color purple represents power and ambition. So the next part will be introducing by Leo, which is about features. Let's welcome him.
Favorites and our fan features versus real life teachers and AI powered lessons. Our AI teachers is 24 hours online, and if you have some questions, want to solve it, you can try to find it. And AI powered lessons is it will target your specific weakness. And the next is our word game, Weaving Language Town. We turns language learning into an immersive adventure. And in this game, you can have some AI conversation. You can find some NPCs to talk and have some real conversation and practices. And next is the free tests and lessons. We also add some free placement tests and mocking tests. Some daily online lessons you can use and you can have some bigger learning and test and and learn more language, grammars, words, or cultures. And this is our target audience. We want few opportunities to use English and some students, some child, some audience like they so they feel to use their language and want to learn another language or a second language. Then you can use. And the next is the subscription pricing table. We have three projects. And the first is 700 NTs is about individual. And you can choose this one because it's the upgrade price. It's real, yeah, it's a very more price. And it's nice to give the students and some who want to save money to this. And it is nice and in anywhere you can find it. And then next is the family combo is 2,500 NTs. It's about family combos, and you can use it and subscribe it if you want to learn something, so some knowledge, some culture, some language, and with your family, and you can subscribe it and you can have something try something new. And The next is $3,580. It's customer combos. And when you choose it, you can have some interesting activities and assignment in your class. And you have some fun interact in teachers and students. So, and the next part is about marketing helping the microphone to shop.
Thank you, Leo. Today, many use the learning language through digital apps, but none of them reach the proficiency that they want. This is not a success problem. This is a retention problem. While market is blooming these days, with the digital learning markets more than double in just a few years, and it's showing like a strong demand and also the desire of the user they want. Well, user want to learn English online, then why they don't say? This user data can answer this question. Why many people believe that language learning apps are really useful and some willing to try them if they have a chance. However, many people would lose their interest and gonna delete the app right away. In other words, users start to motivate it, but the currently product is not enough to keep them engaged. Well, there are many existing solutions, but they cannot like solve the whole problem. Let's take a look at our competitor. Duolingo drive the daily engagement, but lacks depth for long-term learning. While Fable provides structured content, but it's too rigid and lack of motivations. And last one is Tandem, which they provide the real-time conversations. Really helpful, isn't it? But it's too lacks of guidance and progressions. Well, that's when WIWI come in. WIWI designed specifically to solve the retention problem by combining structured content, a game-based learning, and real-life features the system. Well, we don't force user to choose between fun and effectiveness. We can do both. And we don't compete in this content alone. Whoever can capture the language learning values of the user can really know what user wants. And this exactly what we gonna do. And we have built like a solid structure for these applications. Make it more solid by adding some cost structure with Alex.
Okay, thank you. So this is another like reality idea, or just one of the million fantasies. But no, come with me and we're gonna see how we're gonna make this idea actually works and make it like rentable. So these numbers outline the estimated monthly cost of operating language learning app with AI-powered mistake detection, personalized worksheets, online live classes, and even users communities. So our model is going to be more focusing on the low fixed cost with scalable performance-based expenses. So first of all, we have the teacher cost model. So teachers are going to be paid through the sharing revenue model instead of fixed salaries. That means that we are going to like share the revenue that we gather through the classes. As we can see, we're going to hold 60% for the teacher. Meanwhile, we as a platform, we're going to keep the 40%. So that lead us, for example, with a base cost of $5 per student, we're going to gather 16 USD dollars. For the second part, we have the content development. So basically, we're going to be developing the lessons through batches, trying to reduce the recurring costs. Our team is going to be more focusing on releases periodically lessons instead of like doing the weekly releases. So we can see we're going to hold instructional designer, content editor, and worksheet designer. And the estimated monthly cost is going to be around the 3,500 to the 6,000. So the whole part, we have the AI personalization code. So basically, our AI is going to work to detect the mistake of our learners and give them and generate to them the personalized worksheets. So basically, our AI model is based in the lightweight learning language model with the hatching control of the cost. So we can see that
in the beginning phase, we're gonna hold to 200 to 6,000 per month, and the 1,000 to 3,000 per month. Then we go to the full part, that is a platform operational cost. So as we say, we're gonna hold a user communities, but user communities are gonna be user created and user maintained. So we don't need to have an extra paid staff for the communities. So we just need to focus on the hosting database storage that is gonna be these numbers, the monitoring notification tools, and the total platform operation is gonna be around the 600 to the 1,500 per month. So we can see that the total monthly cost estimated is gonna be in the lean launch phase around the 6,500 to the 10,000 just in the lean phase. Meanwhile, in the future, we're going to the growth phase. We're gonna face the 15,000 to the 25,000. So basically, this document presents the financial analysis of this operational language learning app with all the features we already gathered. So as we can see, our users that usually attend to the live classes and also the subscription to our AI subscription will give us around a 50 USD dollars revenue per month. So if we do some mathematics, we're gonna hold that in the lean phase, we're gonna need at least 7,920 USD dollars. So if we do the mathematics, we can see that just with 406 active users, we can face the cost and the maintenance of the app. And nowadays, this model of application is growing. So the minimum and the medium number of active paid users nowadays is around the 2,000 to the 5,000 users. So as we can see, our cost is linear, but our revenue is gonna be exponential. So we're gonna see how we're gonna face to the future with Sharon.
Thank you, Alex. And lastly, we're going to move on to our future developments and expectations. First of all, we are expecting to have more productive teenagers and generations. For as we all know, a lot of teenagers keep absorbing brain-rotted content in the internet rather than just learning something. So we're trying to change that, and through WIWI, we're hoping that we can have more productive teenagers in the future. Second of all, is the positive use in technology and gadgets. And we all know that a lot of people try to avoid or even throw away their gadgets. They're seen as negative things in our generation, but we're trying to cope with it and trying to make a use out of it and use the technology that we are provided with in this modern world, modern era. And third of all is open-minded and culture and intelligent generations. So through we were not just learning languages, of course, as Chris mentioned. We're also trying to teach teenagers on how to have common ground, to be a better person that is cultured as well. And then fourthly is more games tailored to everyone's preferences. So as we see just now, we have an RPG game, and we're hoping that in the future we could also have other games like probably 2D games, PvP games, or even VR. We don't know. And lastly is the conclusion part. We conclude that our application is not just affordable, but it's also very affordable to run. And it is also a productive app that everyone can use. It's very age friendly. And hopefully from this presentation, we're expecting you to invest in our product and make a change out of this generation. Thank you.